Welcome back. Well, confirmation in the last hour and a half or so that Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor has now been arrested by police in the UK. Mountbatten-Windsor was stripped of the title of Prince by his brother, Britain's King Charles, because of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. John Simpson is the BBC World Affairs editor. He joins us now. John, good afternoon to you, and thank you very much indeed for the time. I really do appreciate it. Mountbatten-Windsor, I suppose, has been the British face of the Epstein scandal, particularly because of his relationships with underage girls. What are police actually investigating?
Well, they're not investigating at the moment, as far as we know, anything to do with that side of things. They're investigating the possibility that he sent information that he got as a trade envoy for the British government to Epstein and to Epstein's associates. And there seem to be two key emails on this. One was after official visits to Hong Kong, Vietnam, and Singapore, and the other was a brief, an official brief about opportunities on investing in the reconstruction of a particular province in Afghanistan. Both these things happened in 2010. Those seem to be the things that the investigation is absolutely zeroing in on. And the rest of it, well, you know, who knows? I mean, once these things start, quite often other things come along afterwards.
Indeed. I mean, the information that he would have passed on to Epstein, we kind of know from the emails and all sorts of information now how Epstein worked. He wanted to be close to people. They would give him things. In return, he would give them money. He would give them access to his island and all of the awful things that happened there. Clearly, Mountbatten-Windsor was important to Epstein. Otherwise, he wouldn't have spent so much time and money on him.
I think it was very important indeed. I think that whole relationship, the way into the royal family, the meetings, dinners, and so forth at Buckingham Palace. I mean, I think all those things were very valuable to Epstein in actual crude financial terms. I think he was able to say, well, he did say at some stage. I remember reading in the one of the messages that he sent to people, I've got the UK sewn up. It wasn't just through Andrew, Prince Andrew as he was then. It was also through Lord Mandelson, who became for a year the British ambassador to Washington, and was recently sacked. And I think that combination of having top political people and somebody top in the royal family gave Epstein the ability to boast that he could really do anything, contact anybody, have any kind of links with Britain.
So we have this investigation. We know as well that the police have to investigate on the facts and on the evidence. But there's also been, from what I can see, huge public pressure in the UK for some kind of action against Mountbatten-Windsor. Part of it is because of his relationship with these underage girls, the huge settlement that he paid to one of them because of what he had done. And I imagine that many people are hugely interested in this, and they've wanted the police to act against him somehow for quite some time.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true. I mean, I don't think there's any measurable degree of support for Andrew now. I think there was a little bit, you know, people that kind of felt sorry for him or liked him or something, but that seems to have evaporated absolutely completely. And I think you'll find that, you know, when the opinion polls come out, I think you'll find that people are really glad that the police are taking action in a case as worrying, as disturbing as this. And I mean, we have to say, you know, if there'll presumably be a trial, he is in fact, I checked it out, I couldn't think how long it was, but it's nearly 400 years since a senior member of the royal family was arrested. And it will have to come to trial now that he's been arrested, and there are serious penalties for sharing these kind of reports for private gain, and you can get up to 10 years in jail for doing that. And I think there'd be a sort of expectation in Britain that the full force of the law should be used against him.
He's no longer technically a royal. I mean, he's always a member of the family, of course. That can't be changed, but he no longer carries the title. The royal family in your country is hugely important. It's a major part of sort of public life. It's something that newspapers in particular over the years have focused on. We've seen a lot of change, though, the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, the ascension of King Charles. Now we have this. Does this damage the institution? I mean, it brings all the wrong kind of attention to it. It forces the king to make public comments or to act about his brother. It forces his nephew to actually act too. All of this places the royal family in a very difficult position.
Yes, it does. I mean, I think you can differentiate between the institution itself, which, after all, is the cornerstone of the British Constitution, and the actions and behaviour of individual members of the royal family. I mean, of course, it does bring public opinion to bear on these things, and support for the royal family in Britain has been dropping. I think a recent opinion poll said it was down to about 45%, which is really quite low. But that doesn't mean that the position of the royal family, or at least the monarchy in Britain, is under threat or anything remotely like that. But yes, I mean, it does direct the whole of attention to, why would somebody feel entitled enough to break the law, if that is proven, for his own private gain? I mean, that really is very upsetting to a lot of people. And the old idea that somehow, if you're a member of the royal family, you can just do anything you want and nobody is going to have any comeback. I mean, that has all gone. This has become a different country in the last 10 or 20 years. And even though a lot of the sort of the old landmarks, like the monarchy, are still there, there's a real difference in the way that people in this country behave and think about the people that govern them.
John Simpson, really do appreciate the time. Thank you very much indeed. The World Affairs Editor at the British Broadcasting Corporation.